Bagfuel, baby.
The information I got, I didn't get it from my parents.
No, it's rare.
You know what I'm saying? My mom wasn't in the crib. My dad, first of all, both my mom and dad passed away. My grandmother raised me, she passed away. She was probably the smartest one in the family, but she passed away when I was 16. So I didn't get the information from anyone in my house.
Mm-hmm.
All the shit I'm on right now, I get none of that from my house. I had to fail over and over, try different things, finally come to a point where it's like,
your back was
I
up
wanted something
against the
different.
wall, though?
Huh?
Was it because your back was up against the wall, maybe because you didn't have the same people that all these other people got to lean on, whether they're poor or not? People got people to lean on and go in their house.
It was a little.
If both his parents is gone,
But
and
you
his
had both
grandmother
your
gone,
parents and you still got the same. I think based on how we spoke dealing business.
I'm not like him. He's different than me.
And let's say this. We talking about speaking Japanese and speaking Chinese, but it's still a different language, but it's still Asian language. If you get
I would say because he's willing to research. And
that's a different element.
he's different
But
than
you
me.
research differently. You just don't identify how he researches. Like I'm going through the book.
Okay, let me ask you this.
What's up?
How'd you learn about credit? Or in that important?
My father he didn't know nothing. He just taught me that we thought everybody needed his credit to get cars.
Yeah.
Wherever the fuck they needed, they had to call my father for credit.
So he
although
taught-
he's
so
just
he
a
taught you
working
that.
man. I saw him literally fight with my mother about paying bills on time and doing it, and I saw the grand effects of what you get when you have good credit.
So the reason why I brought that in, so you learned from your dad.
Yes.
You learned from your parents, right?
Yeah.
So a form of research would be learning from people that you could trust.
That's what he's done.
right? Or watching a video, you know what I'm saying? Being in a room, learning about osmosis, you know what I'm saying?
Let me be very careful with these words because some people might identify it as luck. Everybody that came to him and gave him advice are 1%ers. Right?
I've been blessed with.
So from Dre,
I went from my
Busta
father
Rhymes,
to
yes.
those people.
You understand? So now he's
So you attracted those people.
and he understands how to extract the information.
You attracted them, bro.
Yeah, no, I know when people fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? And people know I'm just a certain type of person, period. I'm about my money, I'm about my family. As popular as I'm getting, I don't give a fuck about popularity. I'm not on that type of time. You know what I'm saying? So those people tend to be these kind of people that they're about their money, they're about their family. I'm always on time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I do what I say I'm going to do. So I take time and let people be around me.
Yeah.
So once they're around me, then usually we'll have conversation. I'm not the one day nigga, I'm not, once I come to the studio for the third day with Dre, now I'm gonna kick it with Dre. Yeah. Because Dre's gonna see I work seriously.
Yep.
I'm not on his head paws about
what's the
what
thing
he
Dre
can
said to
do.
you? I never seen a manager that know how to
He
work
said,
the boards.
Dr. Dre said, I've never seen a manager that knows the business like you and can work the boards. So that's what drew him at that time to me. You see what I'm saying? When I get those type of people, I just deal with them. I don't deal with their counterparts or nothing. And I start it's a natural conversation of mine.
Guess what that is?
Research?
Yeah. He has a high learning curve.
But yes.
That's it.
Yes.
That's really what it is.
However,
Nothing wrong with that.
that's also an asset, bro. You
Yeah.
can package that up. How have you been able to build these relationships and manage them? Accountability, starting conversations, you know what I'm saying? Maintaining the relationship, you know what I'm saying? Choosing the integrity over, let's say, money. Because a lot of motherfuckers will fuck up a relationship over $500. You know what I'm saying?
I don't fuck with that.
Exactly. But that's a curriculum. That's a course. That's an asset. You could charge people just so they can level up their behavioral patterns to get to perform like that and present like that and to carry on like
I think that's what I be trying to do, but I don't explain the process how you did.
Yeah.
Like when people come at me, when I'm consulting them, I let them ask me questions, but I'm also asking them, how do you do your shit? Because that's how me and him got down. He would do certain shit, I'd be like, you can't do it that way. You gotta do it like this. And then when I would go on, when I would be ready to go blast somebody out, he would be like, you can't do it that way, because this is how they're gonna perceive you.
Yeah, facts.
You gotta do it like this. So it was a yin and a yang with us. We're going to the top, of a lot of people don't have that.
You know people pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for like life coaches. They pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for mentorships. They pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for happiness.
What circuits are these things on because mentorships and life coaches, where do
That's
people
not
go
in
to
the
look for
hip-hop
these people?
world.
That's not in our world.
Every single thing that someone has a obstacle or challenge with in their life, there's something for it that you could tap into. Whether you want to do it for free or you want to pay a professional.
Where do I promote to these people? Like, yeah, because I'm a big
Are we
promo
gonna have to
marketing
talk
guy.
to
Do
you?
I just put it up?
So look, for y'all earlier, right? You was talking about how do we find these people?
Yeah.
One of the things I would tell y'all to do, I would start going to conferences. Go to conferences, go to seminars, go to masterminds, go to master classes, go to live
It's different
workshops,
from me.
right?
That should be
but see, this
foreign
is
as
but this
fuck
is
to me.
I've done
but this
those
is the
before.
thing.
I can, yeah.
You can go in there 2 ways, or actually 3 ways. You can go in there as media for free. They're gonna need coverage. You can go in there with an offer. Guess what a lot of these events don't have? They don't have a live podcast interviewing the hosts and the guests and the event people and getting testimonials
mobile.
from the people in the thing, the people that attend. You can charge $5K just for the pull-up, so you can get in that way. And the other way, obviously, you could just make an investment, right? But if you go to those type of events,
Those are people that's trying
those
to pay
are the people.
for shit.
Now earlier,
That's the audience.
Yep.
now earlier, what we say? We was talking about solar-based providers, real estate people, payroll, financial services, right? Go to those conferences. They need exposure. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude hit me up last week, and he's in financial services, which is insurance. And he's like, yo, we doing an event in Sacramento. We need you to pull up, do the mobile podcast, do some interviews, and we want to we want to vlog. So send us a budget. That's at least 10 racks, right there. Guess who's in the room? 300 other people.
And they're
They're gonna need that,
And then you're gonna get your 10%.
right? So that's 10%, 10 people on the front end,
Easy.
right? And then you follow up on the other people on the back. You might
end.
get another 10 people, 15 people. You do a great job, you deliver,
Develop
they're
the
gonna
relationship, create the ecosystem.
Right?
That's
And
our subscriber base.
You can get some money on that earlier because all you got to do is make some content. Be like, yo, I was in a room with 300 realtors. We did a live podcast. Hey, listen, if you ever thinking about doing an event, you're a realtor, you want to jump on a podcast, or you need a podcast services for your live event. Comment XYZ below. Let's have a conversation. And before you even leave it, you might have a lead.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? I paid Wes Watson. I don't know if y'all familiar with Wes Watson.
No, I'm not.
Wes Watson, he used to be he's from San Diego, who's locked up. He's a online fitness coach now. I paid him $12,000 to come on my podcast. Not to go, he don't got a podcast. I paid him to be a guest. Because I have
Pay him so much.
because he has an audience,
Okay.
right? I paid him that his fee was 10 bands. And then I paid his fee was 10 to come on. Then I paid for the studio because I have a studio, but I wanted to be in a nice studio.
Gotcha.
So I
No,
paid
understood.
for the studio.
Yep.
I paid for
Audio.
an additional camera person just be with me to capture the day, right?
Like what you doing right here with, yep.
Right. So that was essentially like 12 bands. The podcast dropped in 2 weeks, but I captured content of the whole movement. I put the clips out 3-4 days in a row. I made back $70,000 before the podcast dropped because I have an offer. And I got content specifically. I got content of him edifying my offer because he grew from getting in front of people. That's how more people know about him. He understands content. So he basically made a video co-signing that. I just asked him a couple questions, right? Then I made another video talking about what we did today, put that out. He collabed on everything, so his audience already automatically came to my page. And then I just had a CTA at the bottom, started those conversations, and we closed some deals.